Alrighty, hello friends. I'm Sophie. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another Project What writing vlog. Wow, long time no see. And we are going to kill it. What did I do today? This is day one of the vlog. Don't know how long it's gonna be, but this is day one. Of course, we have the cute dog notebook, which holds the story at the moment. Today I started pretty slow. Wasn't very happy with how slow I started today, but it's okay because we picked up. But anyways, I started here. I'm dating all of it because I want to see how big some writing days have been. But today started here, and we did and this today. How many pages is that? Let me go back and count. 16, 17, 18, and like an eighth. That being said, all the pages have a different amount of words on them. Like this one, pretty jam-packed because it can be. And then we have ones like this that have barely any words on them because I wanted to stay in the lines. Ones like this one that have even less words on them because the little space is so small. And I feel weird just like writing in the margins, like it's not supposed to be there, don't do it. 18 and an eighth pages, but some of the pages have like no words on them, but not bad. Finished chapter 9. I am halfway done with chapter 10. These chapters are huge, by the way. Whoops. As I was writing this today, I'm realizing how, what is that word? I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. Okay, after like 10 minutes, figured out the word. We may continue on. Anyways, the thing is that as I was writing today, I put a lot of brackets in that I basically wanted to keep the scene from draft 2 almost entirely. Like obviously some concepts, some motivations, some things in between are changing, in which, you know, it changes the scene, but the main concept is still there, and I am too lazy at the moment to write that. So I was like, just put it in, just put that scene in, you know, do it. So I realized that this draft right now is very patchworked together. That was the word that I was looking for the past 10 minutes. Patchwork. I'm so mad that I couldn't just like remember that. I have no idea why. It is very, very messy right now. Like there are draft 3 scenes, there are draft 2 scenes, there are scenes in between that like I copy and pasted a little bit from draft 2, and then the rest is all draft 3 stuff. Like some of the scenes that are in the actual rule doc right now, I literally just copy and pasted entirely without changing anything yet, and I'm just like, fix it. So it's gonna be a lot of work, but we're not gonna worry about that yet. That is for a later vlog. That's gonna be its own vlog probably. It's gonna be a lot of work to get through all of it, but I have a feeling that this way is gonna be so much easier for me to do it than constantly trying to go back and fix it and make sure everything's perfect. If I can get everything down at once and then we go back and fix it, it'll be so much better. Anyways, I'm almost done with Act 1. Can you believe it? It's crazy. Observe. These are my plot cards for Act 1. This is everything that I finished already, this chunky old stack. This little one is the stuff I still need to write for Act 1. That being said, for reference, this is Act 2, chunky boy, and this is Act 3. Very skinny. Act 3 is easy. Anyway, we are almost done. If you can tell, there is only this chapter, which I'm currently on, and this chapter. That is the last chapter of Act 1. And we are done. We are done with Act 1. I only have 2 more scenes left in this chapter. It might actually just be 1. depending on how I'm able to put this second card in, because these aren't scene cards, they're concept cards, I guess. So like, well, this one is actually a scene. This is a thing that has to happen. This purple one is more of like a background sort of tidbit. This has to keep going on in the story. So like, literally purple is like character and relationship arcs, so like that's not its own scene. It can be integrated into another one, right? But it needs to be there like for the story to work, so it gets a card. It's a concept card. Yeah, anyways, I guess I'll have to figure out if it's going to be its own scene or not. Probably not. So I think I only have one more scene left in this chapter. Depending on how tonight goes, I am going to try and finish that tonight, so then tomorrow all I have is the last chapter of Act 1. That would be great, but I have written so much today, much more than I thought I would actually. I am not complaining, I'm just a little shocked, you know. That is my update for right now. If you see me again tonight, we will be finishing this chapter, but I doubt it. Now, I have to edit a video for tomorrow and just see where the night takes me. I kind of slept in today because, you know, it's summer break. I don't have any responsibilities in the morning. So I slept in, and I'm like, okay, if you sleep in, you've got to make good use of the nighttime. So that's what we're about to do. That's what we're about to get going. So it is currently midnight. Let's see what happens.
Bro! Phase 5 flipping Mickey is insane.
Alright, hello people. I am on break at work. I am eating fries. And I am sitting in my car for a half hour, and I brought two things. I brought the book. I brought her, right? Because I'm very close to finishing this chapter for Project What. I also brought the book I'm currently reading, Haruki Murakami. You know how it is. And I was like, whatever one I feel like doing. I honestly was hoping I would lean more towards reading, because I really need to, you know, read the book, because I got library book. It's a whole thing. But I'm not really in a reading mood right now. I want to finish this chapter. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to be doing in the vehicle today. Slade. All right. We're still here. We're still jamming. I'm like halfway through the break now. Kind of fun. It's going good. I just put in parentheses, oh, I am so good, because, you know, the writing's actually taking on the whole like creative part. I'm coming up with new stuff that is supposed to be in this draft. So one of the main problems from draft 2 was that my main character, Audi, didn't have much of an original motivation. She didn't have a motivation to go to the school. Like, she was just going because, you know, that's what a good student does, I guess. She didn't really have one because later on in the story, her motivation, or like her surroundings shift, and she wouldn't need a motivation. Obviously she does, right? That's why we're here. I more explicitly stated what her motivation is in this draft. So her main motivation is to get out to the world. They're in nuclear fallout. They are on this tiny island in the middle of friggin' nowhere, and she wants to know what happened to the rest of the world. That's her like thing. If I get to this school, I can figure out how to do that. But she didn't really have a plan, right? She learns that she can study the Earth's cultures, and that would get her out in the world. She's always loved cultures and like societies and stuff. Like, she's a movie lover, she's a photographer, she loves that kind of like how people behave together. So that becomes her main thing, right? And now that she's studying this group, this sort of antagonistic group that's also religiously based. They have their own religion, and they're also using it to try and justify their aggression. She finds this group, and she finds that they're still kind of lingering around the island, and that becomes like her new obsession. And, you know, it's just tied in throughout the story. We're not gonna talk about it. But, like, her intrigue with this group is gonna, like, lead us through the rest of the story. And I've got some spicy foreshadowing in here right now. So, good on me for that one. I didn't even mean to write this part in here, but I was like, you know what? Let's just bring it up. Boom. Foreshadowing, tying her motivation into this new scenario. Who's here to stop me? Let's go. I don't have much time left in my break, so I'm gonna get back to writing. All right, I am back from work. Obviously, it's 1 in the morning, right? But let's see, how much did I write at work? It was, I think it was like right here, and then all of this I wrote on break, and now it is time to keep going. I finished this scene while at work, so good job me. But now I want to finish this off strong, and the whole thing, let me flip the camera around. So the whole thing is that the characters are in this, like, not research, there's like in this archive kind of thing where this publishing company has a bunch of their, like, news article resources and everything put together in like a kind of library-esque location. And as up and coming journalist people or characters that want to you know, dig up some information, why not go here and see what they can find, right? They get there, and all three of them immediately split up. So they're on doing their own little things because they have their own little motivations for the story, obviously. So they split up and they're doing their own little thing. That's where we end that last scene. So I want to show, at least briefly, what these people are doing, right? What these three kids are doing, digging up some information, trying to get something good and juicy, and ultimately not doing great, but semi-advancing their individual goals. So that's what I need to figure out. I've got 3 characters, 3 motivations, and 3 minor things need to happen here. I know one already. She's gonna probably just be browsing through some stuff, and then her whole thing is her relationship with her family. It's a little not good. So throughout the book, her whole thing is like avoiding her family, finding any excuse, and then, you know, they meet up again, obviously. She's just lying, essentially, to her family about what she's doing because they're completely anonymous, right? So this is like the beginning of her formulating new lies to tell to her mother and her siblings and everything, because she just does not want to go home. So that's what's happening in here for her, for sure. But the problem is, the one that I figured out is going to be the last part of the scene. That's going to be the closer, and that's going to be the end of chapter 10. But yeah, the one part that I know is going at the end of the scene. So I need to figure out what is going to happen with the other 2 characters so I can, you know, actually write the rest of it. And then we'll have one more chapter in Act 1. Oh my god. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna figure that out. Yeah. Great job, me. Yeah. hello. It's been maybe a day. I don't think I filmed yesterday too much. At least I didn't do this. I wrote yesterday, but I didn't film. So I did not have time yesterday to finish this chapter. What chapter is this? Chapter 10. But I am one little note away from finishing this chapter. So I'm gonna do that now. I do have to work today in 2.5 hours, so I have a little bit of time. I at least want to finish this chapter. And also in this vlog, I think this is just gonna be finishing Act 1. I'm assuming it'll just be up to Act 1, because, spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure my Camp Nano goal is gonna be to write Act 2. So, obviously I'm gonna get started this month to give myself a little heads up, but July will be Act 2, maybe some Act 3, so I can finish Project What early-ish in August, so I can start Project Glass. You know, thinking ahead. I am like one little note away from finishing this chapter, so I'm going to do that and maybe start chapter 11. Okay, that was a lot longer than I anticipated it being, but I'm not complaining. So, we started around the bear-ish, somewhere around here, not sure. But I was like, okay, I just need like one or two more pages, right? I thought I was gonna end on this page. I thought I was gonna be done. I don't know why that was unrealistic as I got there, but I thought I was gonna be done here, boom, bing, bong. No. Kept going, I thought I'd be done here. Cool, I guess, right? It's a little bit more, that's good. And then I wrote all this. That being said, I did cross out quite a bit. Fun. But chapter 10 is done. I can finally put these last 2 cards in the back of the stack. This is all the stuff I've written. I've got one more chapter left. This one's gonna be pretty short, so not bad. It does have, like, obviously the turning point for the beginning of Act 2 in it. The 2 cards will probably end up being enough to be a full chapter, but we'll see, I guess. But I'm gonna switch to doing my summer school work because both of these scenes are new scenes, so I'm gonna have to kind of like think over how I want to write these. But yes, we're so close. This is the page chapter 11 starting on. So much space to write things. I'm just gonna mark it so I know I'm done with chapter 10, because sometimes I forget. Chapter 11, baby. I will catch y'all later though, because I gotta do schoolwork. Hello, it is almost 1 in the morning, so, you know, kind of fun. I'm here to do a little bit of an update because I am on the last scene of Act 1. Let's go! Also, sorry about the fan noise. I'll get to that in a second. But anyways, here it begins under this all caps. This is where the scene begins, and it goes here, 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 and to this last page so far. But this thing up here says, there is so much to add in the initial big scene, but pretend it's already in there, because I forgot that along with the characters facing this event differently, there's also things that go down in that event that make it different. Little things that happen in that one scene that come up later in the book. I wrote those down in my project notebook, but I didn't have my project notebook on me when I was writing it. Writing that first initial scene, because I was in Vegas and I did not take my project notebook. I just wrote it as I wanted to, and I do need to put those notes into it. So when I'm going through this notebook and typing up everything, I'll be able to see that note and fix it. Because Lord knows most of this is gonna need help, but I need to focus on that specifically. I also figured out another note for how this all ties together. This woman gets some very juicy info that, you know, progresses the plot. And in the previous drafts, it's never really detailed why she's the one to get this information. She's not very significant in, like, any rank, so it doesn't make sense why she would know it. And I was making a cup noodle like an hour ago when I came to the realization of who this woman is, and how she's tied into everything, to the point where it would make sense somewhat for her to receive this information. Big dub for me on that one. And I put that note in here because it's going to be revealed later with all the other stuff, how she was able to get this information and all that. So cool. We love story epiphanies. Those are so much fun. I am pretty far into the last scene of Act 1. There's going to be a lot of information in it though, so I'm at most halfway through the scene. So probably less. I'm probably like a third of the way through right now. But who knows? When I'm writing on paper, I write really short. So it could be like 2 more pages and it's like, oh, okay, cool, never mind. Anyways, back to the fan noise you've been hearing this whole time. My apologies. I will not be finishing Act 1 today because I'm going to be finishing editing some videos. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And then tomorrow, hopefully I can get Act 1 done, because I will be going to the library to do as much stuff as I can, because I'm in summer school right now. So I'm gonna get as much of the week done as I can tomorrow, because Tuesday, today is Sunday, so tomorrow's Monday, Tuesday, I will be doing a 12-hour write-a-thon to work on this and Project Star. So I want to get as much work out of the way as possible, so Tuesday I can actually do the 12-hour write-a-thon. Look out for that as well. But yes, tomorrow will be a very nice productive day. It won't be writing for the most part. I'm just going to be getting through my school stuff, but it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fun. We're going to be at the library, so I can't really complain. Anyways, I'm going to get to finishing these videos so I can go to sleep and be ready for tomorrow, because sleep schedule has been out of whack lately. Whew. Alright, the library was very productive. I got all my school stuff done, as you will see in the time lapses. And also, spoiler alert, I finished Act 1 at the library. Let's go. I actually didn't write as much as I thought I would in this chapter for that particular twist, because the whole twist was going to be like, oh, this woman that these characters knew was able to grab all this information on this guy And in that chapter, she was supposed to show them what it is, and like they were gonna see what kind of information she got. I ended up moving that to the beginning of Act 2. So Act 1 ends with this woman telling these kids that she found all this information, mic drop. And that's where it ended. So it was a lot easier to write because I didn't have to write all like the evidence and the gathered information that she had until later. But we did it. I kind of celebrated in the notebook by making a little Act 1 is done page where it's just screaming. But you know what? We finished it and we're on to Act 2. But yeah, that is basically it for this vlog. I will see you guys later for the 12-hour write-a-thon where we start Act 2. And yeah, how's writing going for you guys? Hopefully good. Let me know in the comments. And if you don't want to share, no big. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out anyways. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.